Welcome to Sisterhood Check-in. I am your author and coach, Nadira Lewis, and I am excited that it is Friday. I am so excited about tonight, guys. You just have no idea. I'm just like super psyched because I get to dialogue with one of my childhood friends that I've known forever. We have got some stories to tell you. Not only that, she also has her own skincare line that she has started, and the products are amazing. So I can't wait to get a chance to talk to her about that. I just want to know if you are watching. I just want to let you guys know that if you are watching us through YouTube, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the notification button, so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. If you are watching us via Facebook, make sure you click like and share if you've been blessed by the content you receive here every Friday. So I'm super psyched. I've been waiting for this like all day. I had an amazing week. I have had some things going on in my body, but thank God, I'm feeling a lot better. And I got my tea here, y'all. Got my tea to help me through the day. You guys are in. Let me tell you, you are in for a treat. So I cannot wait to be able to get my friend. I'm going to go ahead and introduce. She's new to the Sisterhood Broadcast Check-in, but she's not new to me and she's not new to Facebook. So would you guys help me give a warm welcome to my friend, Mama Nick, or Nyika Smith. Welcome, Nick. Well, we might call her Nick. Well, welcome to Sisterhood Check-in.
Thank you, D.
Those are our nicknames for each other.
Yeah.
Y'all know. We had Nick. I'm so excited because I cannot, and we were talking about this before the broadcast. I cannot wait for them to hear our story of how we met each other and how we just had some really fun. I mean, I tell you, we had a really good childhood. We had fun times, and I cannot wait for us to be able to share that with the viewing audience. So, Nick, talk to us about who you are and how you became to where you are today. Talk to us about you.
Before I get started, I gotta tell you this real quick.
Okay.
So like you said, we're going to talk about my skincare line, right? So with that being said, I have to not wear makeup. So I can't talk about my skincare line and then come on here with makeup, right? But then I have my grandson, and he's 14 months old now, I think. Aww. And so I'm holding him, playing with him, trying to get him settled down, and he trips and goes, pop, his finger goes straight across my eye. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh no, I'm about to swell up. I'm going to get a black eye. What am I going to do? I can't put no makeup on it, right? Because if I put makeup on it, then that's like being a hypocrite, right? So I was like, so I don't go for the ice, right? I go astringent, oil, astringent. Please go down, please go down. So yeah, it obviously brought it down, but I was almost not here. So I just had to throw that out there. But okay, so yeah, we go way back.
So tell everybody how we met, how we got to know each other.
Okay, so
you've always been really good at the stories. She's always been the one that remembers everything. Like I'm still like, I'm remembering more things, but I remember as she shares it with me. So
I'm losing it though,
as I'm probably still trying to remember. But go ahead.
Don't let me let you down though, because it's not there like it was way back then. But I do remember the first time seeing you. We were switching classes, and what was the shop's the shop class teacher name?
See, I told you I wouldn't be the one to remember. I
don't remember his name. But we were going down the hallway and you were running and you had these long hair and beads all on your hair. And he grabbed you by the arm. He said, stop running. And you said, okay. And you went on running. And I said, oh, she's so cute. I thought that to myself. And that's the first time I actually remember seeing you. And so I can't remember what his name is though. But I thought you just seemed like such a sweet person.
Is he Mr. Byers?
No, Mr. Byers was social studies.
Okay.
I don't remember his. I'm going to say it was like Mr. Noah or something. I don't know. But anyway, I was like, oh, she's so cute. Who is she? Because you were so tiny, and everybody was all tall, and you were real tiny. And so we got to talking or whatever, and I remember like she is so cool. And the next thing you know, We were like best of friends, like best buds. Yeah. So yeah, we did. We had a good childhood. We did. We had some funny stories. We used to do silly things like running up down the stairs in the school to the pencil sharpener.
That's funny. You guys may not, for those of y'all that don't understand, that was our thing. It was called the pencil sharpener, where she would put her hand around my neck and literally run me down the stairs. And we would call that the pencil sharpener.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
so, and then all the days we would walk to school together, and we have our little pit stops on the way. Pick this person up, walk, pick that person up. But real talk, I used to dread when I had to come to your house.
Oh my gosh, really?
Because Mama Shirley would take that Vaseline and pack it on our faces.
The Vaseline, girl. She always kept us shiny.
That Vaseline, and I'm like, no, Mama Shirley, no. So
we still hold on to that Vaseline even to this day.
I'm telling you, I'm Vaseline traumatized. Every time I see it on the shelf, I'm like, no Vaseline.
Buy Vaseline. I hardly will even buy it. I'm so tired of. I remember my mom just taking the Vaseline and just packing my face and packing my face before I went to school. I was like,
yep. It was for the cool air.
Oh gosh,
cool air won't get you. So
you know, I'm gonna have to tell you. You're gonna have to tell them about the time when you spent the night in my house. But I'm gonna let you tell a story because I have a different view of how that story went versus how you have the story of how that went. So I'll let you begin since you're the guest.
So, all right, Nadir and I had this thing. I think we got a weird internet thing going on.
Yeah, it'll adjust.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't talking over you. Okay, so we would have sleepovers all the time. And we would lay talking up until like 3-4 o'clock in the morning about our families. And we had a plan. We did not stick to that plan, by the way, but we had a plan. I was going to have 2 girls and 2 boys, and she was going to have 2 girls and 2 boys. And we were going to have big houses next door to each other so our kids would play. And we always got in trouble because we would get a little bit too loud, talking about our stories. And we wake up in the morning and we would tell each other about our dreams. And then we would spend like a whole 4 hours telling each other about our dreams. So it was like a constant day of dreaming, right? Well, this particular night, we were not asleep and getting fussed at because we weren't asleep. And we were jumping on the bed or something. I forget how the light broke. But the light fell off the thing and it broke, right? And so we're in the dark and we're like, we're going to get in trouble. So Nadir goes, let's light a candle. Hold the candle so I can see how to screw the light thing in. And so she's leaned over. We're in the room in the dark. She's leaned over like this. And she had a bunch of hair back then. So she's leaned over and she's trying to put the thing. And I'm looking at it too. And I'm like, I can't see it. And I was like, move back some. And the next thing you know, it goes whoosh. My hair was on fire.
My hair was on fire, girl.
It was, remember the thing of baby powder? We got the thing of baby powder and we like shaking all over. And Mama Shirley, Daryl, what's that burning? We said, nothing. But she did it though. I was trying to hold, and I said, watch it now, what you doing? I got the candle. And she's like, I'm trying to see. And I said, Daryl, watch out. I can't see. So yeah, I was trying to help and she was just insisting on trying to see. So caught her hair on fire. True story.
Well, one part of my hair, I tell you, it's never been the same. It's been traumatized.
So, but I'm going to tell you about her. It's funny that she should bring that up, right? Because she pays back. I don't know if she tell y'all about her payback, but she pays back. So fast forward about 15 years, maybe? About 15 years?
It was about 15 years.
And Nadir's in cosmetology school. I had long hair at the time. Well, I always had kind of wore my hair long, but yeah. So she said, oh yeah, let me do your hair. And she got the little crimping irons. And I'm sitting there and Adam is in the carrier and I'm playing with Adam. trying to keep Adam quiet while she crimps my hair. And then comes that old familiar smell of sulfur. And I was like, what are you doing? And she said, no, move your hand. You're going to make me burn you. I said, but are you, no, I know what I'm doing. Just move your hands. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I just smell my hair burning. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, what is she doing? What is she doing? I reach back when she leans over to get Adam. And I pull out a whole section. My hair is like this long and it's
it was crimped.
And I go to pull in. And I'm like, and she goes, I was like, you did this intentionally. You tried to pay me back. You talking about somebody hurting me? I was like, she tried to pay me back. She burnt out probably about a good little, almost a quarter of my hair in the back. She burnt it out, right on out.
I was shocked myself.
She was like,
I know she gonna think I paid her back. I was paying her back. But I was like, we were just talking and I had the crimp iron on her head as we're talking. And I'm like, oh crap. And I'm like pulling the crimping iron out and the hair is still attached to the crimping iron. When I pulled it away, I'm like, she can't see. She's like,
but here's the funny part. You knew it and you kept going.
See,
you just said, oh no, I'm pulling her hair out.
Yeah, that was funny. It's funny because we dreamed so much as a kid, you know.
We did.
I could remember. It's funny because I still remember the young lady that when we were walking from middle school, and the little girl, you were working at the daycare, and Monty was walking with us, and it was me, you, and Monty, and you was like, you was like, I'm going to Mr. What was her name? Aniola Roberta Mooney Rosalola. And I was like, what in the world?
I haven't heard that in so long.
I know, like, and it was crazy, y'all. Let me tell you something. We tried to practice this girl's name forever.
That was her name, though. That was literally her whole name. Aniola Roberta Mooney Rosalola. Wow.
And I remember because I kept trying to practice her name. And I kept saying, Andy.
Wow.
And you was like, it's Aniola Roberta Mooney Rosalola. And I'm like, dang, how do you know that? Like, it's like you picked it up and you knew it. And you were like, and it was funny because when you would talk to her dad, you were like, you was like, Mrs. Roll. I'm like, but when you called her name, it was like, Aniola Roberta Mooney Rosalola. No world. It's funny because if she was to ever watch this broadcast, she'd probably be like, who is that? Because I think she was like 9 or 10 at the time when we were like teenagers. I think she was she was young. So if you have to
hey, right? Hey, Aniola Roberta Mooney Rosalola, how you doing? She wouldn't be Salola right now. She'd be something else probably. But
yeah, she's probably married and with somebody else. Yeah. I'm telling you, we had so much. I don't ever remember as a kid being like, we had so much fun in middle school. Of course, we had some really, middle school. Since I still believe is the transition the years are like, now with middle school, you get exposed to a lot.
Yeah,
you think you learn stuff in elementary school, but when you get in middle school, we were exposed to so much that it was like I look back and I thought, man, we were really mature as middle schoolers. Because now I look at middle schoolers now, and they look like. They look like little girls and like little, like we were like grown, like I felt like we were like little adults in school, like because of the stuff that we were doing. And of course, it's a different time, now, now we wasn't wearing eyelashes and weave and all that other stuff. I had to beg for a perm. I used to be like, man, I want a perm.
Yeah, I remember that too.
It's great perm. It's crazy because I looked at some of the pictures and I was trying to, I don't know why I didn't think to just kind of snatch up some of the pictures of when we were in middle school. I tell you, the time that we had as young teenagers, we had fun was something that was just underrated. Like we didn't have the cares and concerns and the issues that a lot of people have right now. So talk to us, because I know at one time we were really close and then all of a sudden you moved to Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yes, I did.
Came back a whole mama.
Yeah, I tried so hard. I threatened to run away. One day I ran out the door and ran up to the corner of our street and turned right back around because it was like 2 feet of snow. I was running away. I got sick, had my parents take me to the doctor and convinced the doctor that I would feel better if I moved back to Jersey. Like I was trying so hard to get back to Jersey. And but yeah, we once I got that car though, I was hitting the road. And it was funny when you were talking about the differences between us back then and now. I was actually sitting back and I was like, I was 16 years old driving from New York to New Jersey by myself through the mountains.
Wow.
Right? Cross some big bridges and stuff. And so but yeah, I mean, we stayed connected. We were there. We weren't able to be with each other every day, but you know, we stayed connected. We both had very just kind of, I'm sorry, it was something else that you said though, right before than I was thinking about, but it'll come back. But I think what really helped us too is that our parents were very involved in what was important to us. And so when it was like, okay, I miss D or I want to see Nick, you know, they would take the time to get us together and, you know, we would spend time together. And
I love your mom was just, oh, your mom was just so awesome. She used to be like, I used to love her. She'd be like, no, Nick. She was like, what are you in the deer in there doing? What you in the deer in there room doing? What y'all in there doing? It's time for y'all to go to bed.
It's so funny what every time somebody repeats something my mom said, they said, I say that. Anytime I say like that. But yeah, I mean, and it was a big adjustment because in Poughkeepsie, it was very uppity. I went from a school that we had maybe 5 kids in our school were the exception. And, you know, where I go now to school where I'm of the exception, you know, there was like 5 Black kids in the whole entire school. It was a small school. We had 4 times the amount in our graduating class in middle school than we did in high school. So it was very, very different environment for me. And there's a very different way too that we talk in Jersey versus how they talk in New York. Okay. And so I got there and I'm like, wait, I feel like I'm back in Florida, because when I would come down here to visit on vacation, my cousins used to say, what's that right there? What's that right there? I said, that's the floor. No, it's not. It's the floor. You know, and they would just have me repeat everything. And so that's what it was like for me there. I'm like, I don't feel like I fit in, you know? And so, but, you know, got through that. And I will say that, again, another period of time where we went through a very big transition in my life, but a lot of good things happened, you know, for me during that time. And my son Colin was, you know, one of those things, you know, and he really helped. Say it again.
I still remember that blue snowsuit that he had on when you brought us.
Yep. But when I had Colin, it was one of those things where it was like, okay, time to grow up. My mother at 17 was graduating cosmetology school, and it was like, okay, we gotta stay focused because it's not just about me anymore. And that's when I had to make that hard decision to move to Florida, where I had a bigger support system, and just leave everything I knew growing up behind and came down to Florida. And it was honestly the best decision I've made for myself and my kids and my family. Because I think had I tried to stay up in that situation, that I would not have made it to the point where I am now, emotionally and most importantly, spiritually. It really opened up the door for me to work on those things and get to where I am today.
That's amazing. And it's even though it's funny because I love telling the story, Nick, about how I came to Florida, because I said that was just nobody but God. Because I'm telling you, I asked the lady, me and Greg were going through a horrific, you know, moment, and I was trying to get away. And it was funny because I hadn't talked to you at that point. It has been some years. And I called 411 and I was like,
emergency breakthrough.
I remember I just got a promotion at my job and I was like debating and I was like, okay, do I go to Florida? Because I know, what me and Greg was going through. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, this will be, I really just need a new, fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one of the physical therapists came back she had just come back from Jacksonville, Florida. And she said, she's like, oh my gosh, I had the most interesting time in Jacksonville, Florida. And oh my gosh. And she was showing me all the pictures of the beach and stuff. And I was like, I have a girlfriend that lives in Florida. I don't know where she is, but I know she's somewhere in Florida. And she was like, oh my God, Jacksonville is so amazing. I said, I think she's in Jacksonville. And so when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh man, it's so beautiful there. And it was funny because you had tried to get me to move there when I was pregnant. I think I had just had Preach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I had come up there and we were riding back and forth together from Jersey to New York, visiting different people.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to get you to come to Florida then. You was like, no.
He was like, no, come to Florida with me now. I was like, I just had Preach. I need my mom.
Right.
And eventually, I wound up, not too long later, wound up moving there. But it was just so interesting how I got to you because I called 411. And 411, don't let you call or they don't call anybody. And I just happened to call and say, I'm looking forward because I knew that you had gotten married at that time. And I didn't know what your last name was. I said, I know, but you had such a unique name. It was easy for her to find your name. So she was like, I was like, her name is Nyika. She's married. Nyika something with a G, something Nyika good, Nyika gun. I don't know. She's like, I can't give you her phone number, but she said, but I did find her. So but I can't give you her phone number. I said, but I really need to get in contact with her. And she said, but I'll tell you what, I'll let you leave a voicemail. And I was like, that'll work. I'll leave a voicemail and leave my phone number. Then hopefully she'll call me back if this is the right number. And the rest was like history. You called me back and I thought, oh my gosh, now try to do that now. You ain't trying to get through. First of all, I don't even know too many people that still use their house phones to try to look. So now you can just go on Google and Facebook now. You can just go on Facebook and I'm like, keep looking to the right of me because I should have moved that little dummy head because it keeps looking at me and I'm just like,
oh, that's funny. Yeah, get your dummy out the way.
I'm seeing it on my peripheral and it feels like somebody watching me. But yeah, I was like, but now you can go on Facebook and look people up and just be like, oh, I need to find so-and-so. Before it was like 411. And it's funny because I tried to do it for somebody else like after that and I could never do it again. So I think that was just divine. That happened for a reason. And then I wound up coming here, moving here, and it was just amazing, the transition. And then I wound up loving Florida. I was like, I didn't think I was going to love it. And it was like, I got here and you and your husband at the time were very instrumental in helping me out and making sure that we had, and then had a place to live. And then I got to work and it was really amazing. And so got to meet some of your mom's extended family at the time. It was really amazing. I'm telling you, it's just, one thing I realized, some people in your life are for a reason, season, and a lifetime. And it's just, I'm just grateful because we, knowing each other from the 6th grade, even as adults, we get to be here now and talk about it alive in our right mind, good health, thank the Lord, and that we are just, with our children having children. Well, my children ain't had children yet.
That's what I'm sorry. I have to say this. When you said our children having children, that's what I was thinking about. When we were in school, we had our own language.
Oh, yes. You got to tell them about the language thing. Oh,
we had our own language. We would sit there and we would talk about people and oh, that person over there. We would have full-blown conversations and nobody knows what we're talking about. Then we got nervy and started doing it around our parents. Sitting there talking about our parents. And every now and then, Mama Shirley tell us to hush. I think she started to pick up that we were talking about her. So she would tell us to hush.
She still say that. She still be like, hush.
But we had our own language. And then the funny thing is our daughters, we were in and this was, I don't know if it was, no, it couldn't have been when you were staying with me because they were little. It would have been later on. But we were in a store called Save-A-Lot. And we're shopping and we hear like Preach and Jazz going, what are you doing? we're like, what are you doing? We're talking like you. And I was like, we don't talk like that. And it was so funny. They tried so hard. They thought they were doing it.
We didn't want people to know what we were saying. It was like, it was called Pig Latin. It was our little version of Pig Latin.
It was our version of it. Yeah, it was our version of Pig Latin.
It was our version of Pig Latin. And we were like, you know what? And it's funny because when I think about it now, I'm going to see, you know, that's one, it's like once you learn it, you never forget it, you know? And it's funny because I don't even know how we even created that. I don't even know how.
Well, somebody was speaking. It was when they were doing, okay, so it was Pig Latin. And then they started doing the Izzy Buzzy Wizzy Do, that one, right? So we were sitting there in lunch one time. We were like, we should do our own. We had a whole piece of paper, right? You remember that? And we were sitting down, writing out how each syllable is going to sound afterwards. Do you remember doing that? And then we were like, practice. And we was like, okay. And then we got a hang of it. And we was like, it was our language. Nobody else knew it but us.
You were like, what about itty-bitty, yiddy-poo, woody-pitty?
If I did a and it was so funny because like you tell people.
It's funny because, you know, when you think about kids, you know,
and they're like, no, I have a language. And then you have to show them.
We use a lot of our creativity to in our brain. We, you know, we nowadays you have computers and phones and, you know, a lot of our stuff that we did was creative and we had fun just doing.
We did. I really wish that my kids and my grandkids had that ability to just go out there and play and not be concerned about anything but make it at home before the street lights go off. Like, it's just, they don't know what that's like. Jazz and Colin and TJ and Preach and Christian, maybe, and maybe little Jeremiah may have gotten a little taste of what it was like to be able to go outside and play. But it's like nowadays, it's just, you know, but we had fun. We used to chase down the Jersey Bell guy for some chords so he could play double Dutch. Yeah. So, but yeah, we, you know, and as we're talking, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, wow, we were little kids in, you know, in a little hood in East Orange, New Jersey with dreams, right? One day we were going to be able to take our kids to Disney World and do all this stuff. And now it's like, you know, you look back and I can't wait till you start talking about your grandkids.
I'm trying to work on it. I've been trying to get my daughter, you know, who's married now. I've been trying to get her and she's like, she's in her career right now. So she's like, she's really loving what she does. And so she's like, not right. I don't want to have any kids. So hopefully that might change because she told me she was never going to get married ever again. Well, never. She was never going to get married, but she got married. So I feel like, you know, I'm holding out hope. And then she'll say stuff like, you know, Mom, I said, I want to walk around. I want to know what it's like to be a me mom. I want to know what it's like. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to be called if I'm a grandma or grandma or I don't know. I'm gonna have to find B-Wop mom or something. I'm gonna have to figure out me a name or something. She was like, you still a mama, so you got the best of both worlds. You at your age as a mama, and so that's your grandkids right there. I was like, oh my God. So I don't know who's to say. Maybe Jeremiah, Christian. I don't know. Maybe Christian. Or I think with Preach, I think it's gonna sneak up on them. I think they're gonna be like, because she's such a planner about her life, and she's like so and she didn't know she was gonna get married. And I knew it. I told you I was never gonna get married. So I have a feeling that when Preach does have a baby, it's gonna sneak up on her. She's gonna be like, such an amazing time. And I'm like, I just wish that they always crack about us about our music. And they'd be like, Mom, what did you used to listen to? Like, what is that? Like,
wait, no. See, now my kids is totally different.
Really?
They when Jazz had her graduation party, she did the old 80s house party.
Really? What?
And everybody came dressed up like they were in the 80s. Oh yeah, my kids love music from the 80s. They be playing stuff and I'm like, how you know that song?
Wow.
Yeah, that's their music. Izzy came in, even my grandkids are up on songs that are way older. So I think they still be playing some of them same songs. Now their kids are picking up on them, but 80s, I don't think there's a decade that tops the 80s.
I think 90s was the. I think
You think so?
Oh yes, I think they don't make music. It's funny because every now and again, you know how you on when we used to watch TV on Saturdays, and they would do those songs that they've collected. I was sitting back and I was thinking, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, I remember that song. I forgot that wasn't even playing.
Mm-hmm.
It was all they were doing 80s and 90s. I don't think there's
Yeah.
music. I don't think there's any music. The 80s and the 90s era, the music is definitely uniquely different. Where we talked about, you know, love. We wasn't, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we
That's
gave-
more of what I was thinking too. Like the music back there was more.
yeah, you talked about love in a sense where, you know, it was magical. It was now it's like take off all your clothes, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, I don't even listen to the music. I
It's
really
like,
don't.
It's like nowadays the songs there's no room for discretion. There's no room to walk through the process of love. And where now love is not even an option anymore. Now people are not concerned with love. It's, you know, now young people are concerned with just, you know, flipping you upside down, and that's it. There's no, it's almost like the love generation. It's almost like we're the last generation that's preserved love, you know. And it's just sometimes it's just really grieving because I think, and I'm like, man, if you guys slow down enough to really learn and understand the importance of courting and getting to know one another and taking your time. I did a presentation, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, and I was talking about feminine energy versus masculine energy. And I was talking about how women, we're built to fall in love gradually. You know, we're meant to, you know, we fall, you know, we how did I say it? We feel good to do good. Where men do good to feel good. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, it's so true because we are drawn by things that are pertaining to what we hear. So when a man expresses how much he cares about us and he takes us through that process, we're built to fall gradually. Where nowadays in this generation, everybody is like going straight for it. It's like there's no preservation. Just give it, just drop it hard, drop it like it's hard, drop it like it's hard, turn around, bend over. You know, it's not, there's no preservation of courtship or love. And it's really disheartening because they're really missing out on a lot. And I think ultimately, no matter how many relationships they go in and out of, I think deep down they want it. They just don't have the patience to work it out or to discover it. They don't want to discover it. It's like, you know, we're in this everything quick, give it to me fast, quick and hurry. And now there's so much variety, you know, with online dating, people don't have the patience to take their time to get to know people. It's almost like, okay, you pissed me off, you did this to me, I'm gonna just go on to the next one. You know, you did this and I don't like what you did, okay, I'm gonna just go on to the next one. So nobody's taking the time like we did as kids, you know, getting to know, you know, having that googly eyes. And you remember we used to hold the phone, remember the little double ring on the phone? You know, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I used to stand by the phone and be like, oh my God, don't nobody touch the phone. Don't nobody touch the phone. Nobody touch the phone. You know, now
that's my ring.
Oh my gosh. It was amazing. But we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to continue our reminiscing. But most importantly, we are going to talk about Mama Nyck's skincare line. You see her beautiful skin. She's always had, to me, beautiful skin. But Nyck's going to talk to us about her skincare line and how she got to where she is with her skincare line. And she's going to help some of you who have some issues with your skin and show you how her products can help you. So we will be back after this.
Do you have a business, product, or service that you want to share on the Sisterhood Check-in broadcast? Make sure you send us a message at becomingawomanofproverbs@gmail.com, or you can reach out to us at 470-560-5949. We look forward to partnering with you here on the broadcast. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to join me and international holistic health and wellness coach Charmaine Harrison as we begin to discuss all things health every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. in the Wisdom Clinic. I'll see you on the inside. You sometimes get overwhelmed and discouraged. But let me read to you what Colossians chapter 1 says, verse 8. who also declared unto us your love in the Spirit. For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of his will and all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that ye may walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God, strengthened with all might according to his glorious power unto all patience and long suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Father, which has made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints of light. I just want to take the time to tell you, be encouraged. Don't let anybody take your light, and just know that God is always in control.
Planning for college is an exciting moment in any student's life. It's the time when you learn to stand on your own and make so many choices for your future. Whether it is choosing the right school, discovering scholarship opportunities, meeting college test prep expectations, or establishing your career goals. There is no better time than now to get organized and to start planning. Are you academically ready to apply for college? Let the Office of Excellence be your college resource guide.
And we are back with my special guest, Nyika Smith, Mama Nick, as she would call it. And if you missed the first segment, make sure you go back and watch the replay. I'm telling you, we talked about what it was like, how we met, and how we had our own language in the sixth grade, and how much fun and just reminiscing on just how important it is just to to make sure that you remember. Nowadays we don't remember anything. Nowadays nobody was remembering anything because at the time we done got so much sugar in our body. So can't remember anything.
Well, we were forced to have to remember. Now we have technology to do everything for us. So
definitely. And we've got some people that responded. Auntie Roslyn says, "Hi, girl."
Hi, Auntie Roz.
Hi, Auntie. Have a good time reminiscing. Yes,
Thank
definitely.
you.
And she said, meant to type, you girls are having fun. Oh, okay. That's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I remember the dear you cut your hair off and bought a wig. Yeah, I still do that. I go back and forth. That's just it's the way of life. That's what happens. Carolyn says, hi, ladies. Hi,
Carolyn. Hello.
And she said, Uncle Butch was the king of pig Latin. Oh, gosh. I think every generation has their form of pig Latin.
I don't know why I want to say I do remember Uncle Butch trying to challenge us on that for some reason. I do remember something about that coming up. And he couldn't break the code, Auntie Roz. He couldn't break it.
Couldn't break the code. She says the 60s and 70s music was the best. I think every generation, everybody loves their music in their generation. Isn't it awesome how with our generation we get to have our own music, our own memories, our own just our own little things that we did that we hold on to as we get older, that we go back and look at. And Jackie says, hey, ladies. Hey, Cousin Nyika.
Hey, how are you, Cousin Jackie? Dear, you remember Uncle Bumpsy?
I know you lost to Butch. I don't know what you're saying. I think.
Oh, no. He lost to us. He couldn't break our code.
Oh, yeah. He couldn't get our code.
No, he couldn't do it.
No,
he couldn't do it.
Couldn't get our code. He couldn't get our code. So Nick, I am excited. I've been watching you on Facebook, and I noticed that you had started your own skincare line. Tell us about your skincare line and how you came to start it.
Okay, so as you know, I've for the past at least 10 years have had numerous amount of health issues come up, taking a lot of medication, and it definitely I started feeling caused a lot of skin problems, and I started feeling like I was aging faster than I wanted to or felt comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And so I was trying different products. I mean, it's true that as we get older and we have to start fighting adult acne and stuff like that, it gets harder when we're older to combat those things. And so I started ordering big brand names, spent a lot of money ordering the bigger brand names, and they're all sitting underneath my sink because they just were not working. I was getting a lot of the dark hyperpigmentation up in here and, all along the side. And those products weren't helping with the hyperpigmentation either. And then I had to be concerned about it. Is it interacting with my medication? What's going on? So I started doing research and I wanted to find out what's being used in lands where skin is so beautiful and they don't have access to what, the chemically processed product that we use here in the States. And so after doing research, it was, I had to kind of go pull out that little cosmetology chemist up in me and go to work in the lab and try to figure out what are the right combinations. What does our skin love? What actually not only will just clean the skin, but heal it as well and give it back that, that vibrance that we once had when we were young. And so then came the Glow line. And so it started off with just the Glow bar. And I was using the bar and a couple of days later, I was like, wait a minute, it looks like my skin is evening up. So went a little bit more. And then I was like, well, why stop here? And the next thing I know, I have a whole entire line because it's like, and it's all organic, and organic meaning that the things that are in my products are not produced in it all comes from the earth. It's not chemically produced in a factory. It is all organic. So you do have, and it's not to say that you don't have things that you combine to make something else, you know what I mean? But chemically manufactured, it is not. So came up with a line that I'm having fun with. It started off as, a hobby and, just to find a way to kind of have an outlet when I needed to turn off the anxiety or redirect my attention and have, something healthy to do. It was, coming up with my different soaps, and that just transformed. And then I thought to myself, well, why stop here? If it's helping me, I want to start sharing it with other people, and I want them to be able to enjoy it too. And so now I think I feed more off of the fact that when someone tells me that it's helped them, that brings me, I get excited. That kind of fuels me to want to keep doing it. And I look forward to that. Is it good? You like it? Cool. And also too, another reason why I decided to continue with this and try to, really move forward with it as a business is because it also gives me and my husband a break to focus on our ministry and be able to put that first. And so that is the goal, to be able to, have this line, and it may or may not happen, but it will always stay in its place. And what I mean by stay in its place is it will never come before spiritual obligations. And so if it turns out that it does not, free us financially in that sense, well, it wasn't meant to be in that way. So, so with that being said, did you want me to show you some of?
Yes.
Okay.
So before you do that, as you're actually bringing the products, what's the shelf life if for your products? What I know, with the beauty bar, you hopefully want to use it every day. But for some of the other products, as you're talking about it, talk to me about the shelf life.
The shelf life? Okay. All right. We'll do. All right. And so, well, before I talk about any of the products, I do want to kind of let you guys know that there are, when we buy product off the shelf, right, there are things in it called surfactants. And surfactants it's a very popular soap line that feels really good when you get out of the shower. Your skin feels really smooth and silky, and it's just like the best thing on the shelf. But again, it's a surfactant that is chemically processed. Right. And so there are good surfactants, there are bad surfactants, and definitely what we get off the shelf, 99% of the time, it's going to be a bad surfactant. And so in order for me to demonstrate how those bad surfactants affect us, I'm sorry, I just knocked down my little. I'm sorry about this, guys.
You're doing good.
I moved my desk around and now I can't find. So if you can think of, how about I just draw it since I can't find my little thing. If you can think of what is going on, D.
Take your time.
And I always think of this commercial where it shows like, the hair follicle and okay. So if this is your skin, can you see it? And these are, you see it?
Put your hand behind the.
Oh, I get to do that? Okay, there we go. So if this is your skin, right, and this is moisture, these are the areas in the skin that are cracked.
Okay.
And dry. So that's the separation. That's the separation area in the skin right there, right? That's the moisture. So what happens is in commercial surfactants, what this does is it goes down into that little cavity. Now I know why they do that. And then it swells.
Okay.
And when it swells, it fills in that cavity like that. And then the skin is smooth on top. Can you see that? It looks really weird now that I'm looking at it. But okay, so it comes down and it swells, right? When it swells, it fills those little gaps in there.
Yeah.
And the skin feels smooth, right? Because you don't have that divot now, right? But what happens is those areas where that surfactant is swelling, it's pushing the healthy bilipid layers apart. So do you see the visual? Comes down, pushes the lipid bilayers apart, and the skin feels smooth. Well, over time, that damages those lipid bilayers of the skin. And then we sit back and we're like, we're in the store, right? And we're buying shower gel or lotion or something, and now we're looking for a new brand. Well, we don't really do that with our coffee that we love or our tea that we love or even toothpaste. We kind of stick with one when it's working, right? But subconsciously, we're like, I don't know, I need to find something a little bit better because this once worked. And now I'm not getting the results that I used to get, that I want to get. And sometimes we blame the product and say something's changed about the way they make this. When in all actuality, a lot of time what has happened is that as those surfactants were swelling and damaging those lipid bilayers, your skin was weakening. And now it's just not wanting to pump up like it used to. So then it's on to the next, right? And so what my products will do, and I'm going to say this, and before I'm going to give this disclosure, or disclaimer rather, that I do not guarantee 100% any type of results when it comes to my product. No one should guarantee that. Everyone will respond differently, but it's all natural, right? And so in serving its purpose as an all natural product, what it would do is instead of it getting into those cavities and swelling up and destroying those lipid bilayers, it goes in and then now it heals the lipid bilayers, and then the lipid bilayers close together. And that's how it heals. So that takes time, right? It's not an overnight thing. You may notice when you're using something natural that you get, like whether it's energy drinks or tea or whatever, you're going to get that initial where your body's like, hey, I love that. I like it. Keep doing it, right? And then over time, things start to heal, right? And so that's what happens with the skin. Over time, it starts to heal. And so now I'm at the point where I could walk out and not wear makeup. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm feeling a little shiny, but I got a light on me. I'm getting a little hot, right? But I'm finally getting to where I feel like I can walk out and then not have that. So this is the glow bar, and this is what started it all, right? This is the glow bar. So this bar is designed to be used on your face. It has a natural exfoliant in it. That's an oatmeal scrub on the bottom.
That looks juicy. That looks good.
Yeah, you know, I've had people actually come up and think it was a dessert of some sort. But say it again.
I said no, it looks good.
Oh, thank you. But yes, so this was the baby that started it all, the glow bar. And so this glow bar will actually last about if you're only using it on your face and you're washing your face 1 to 2 times a day, you're going to get at least 2 months out of this bar.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, all natural. Some of the ingredients that we don't think about are ingredients that our skin absolutely loves. Like, who thinks about putting paprika on their face, right? So again, studying, finding out the right combinations. There are a lot of good oils out there, but also we have to be very careful when mixing those oils too. That you have to be educated. You can't just say, okay, this is good oil, this is good oil, this is good oil, let me mix it. No, they're fatty acids. There's all kind of things. There's, levels that throw off the pH, and you got to make sure that you know what you're doing. You can't just toss everything in there. And so again, there were hours, many hours spent trying to come up with the right formula, and I still work to do better. This bar is awesome. I love it. But I still try to find ways to even improve that. And so this is part of, and I'll just show you the box really quick. Let me know if I'm running slow on the time. But just want to show you how the glow line comes. So this is the glow bar. Again, this is designed for the face. And what this bar is really designed to do, it is designed to bring that natural glow back. It's going to reduce inflammation in your skin. So if you have problems with acne or psoriasis or eczema and things like that in your face, this glow bar is going to help to reduce that inflammation and allow the skin a chance to heal. There are also ingredients in it that will help it heal as well. It's going to increase the elasticity, boost the collagen production in your skin, which is going to result in a nice, smooth, even tone. And again, avoiding those breakouts. Now, me and Dee, we're in our late 40s, and so finding a product
we're in our glorious years.
Yes. So finding a product to do that for us, and especially in such a short period of time, it's really, really hard. And so that is the glow bar. Now, the midnight glow bar is a full body bar. So basically, it's going to have the same benefits as the glow bar does, but you can use it on your entire body. It has charcoal in it. Mm-hmm. It is a charcoal turmeric bar. It has charcoal in it. You can make a mask with both of these. You can make a mask, leave it in your face. I usually just lather it up and rub it into a mask. And when I say rub it, because as you do the circular motions, it actually thickens up and it'll sit on your face as a mask. And so usually I'll put it on before I get in the shower, and as I'm getting myself together, I have my mask on. And so the midnight glow bar is great if you have acne on your body, that you want to have something to help with the acne, and again, helping that the skin heal. Does it go to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so then we have the Tone the Glow toner. Mm-hmm. All right. And the Glow Up Night Serum. I'm sorry. And so along with that is the Time to Glow Up scrub. Mm-hmm. That comes in the kit as well. This scrub and the bar, the glow bar, these are going to last you about 2 months, sometimes 3, depending on how often you use it. So the difference between the scrub and the other bars is that the scrub, I usually like to say, if you have issues with, acne, where it's like a lot of raised acne scarring, or you get what I like to call the hormonal bump type of acne, this is great for that. If you have areas, again, that are discolored because of other skin conditions, this is excellent for it. But it's good in any regimen, whether it's, because you're trying to treat, skin issues, or you just want to keep a healthy glow. I do use this. I use this at night. I follow it up with the toner. And after my toner, I use the serum. That is my night regimen. My scrub, my toner, my serum. And in the morning, I use the glow bar. Occasionally, I might use a toner. Now, I do recommend, if you're using the glow bar as a mask, that you follow it up with the toner. And the reason why is because the glow bar contains turmeric. Now, turmeric is a superfood for the skin. However, in India, they use it to make that beautiful bright yellow color and some oranges. And so with that being said, unless you're going out to eat, or, you're getting dressed to go somewhere, I would always follow it up behind, a glow bar mask with the toner, and it just kind of evens out that glow a little bit more. Now, I sometimes intentionally do the glow bar mask and leave it on because I like the nice little glow if I want to look, you know, a little dressed up. So, but that unit is designed to give your whole entire body, so from head to toe. It's in there to help, again, to replenish the skin, to heal the skin, to bring back the glow, reduce the pores, and all that good stuff. It is organic. There are no fragrant oils in there at all. In fact, the only one, I'm going to take that back. There's two. One is tea tree, because tea tree has a little bit of oil, or excuse me, a little scent to it. And geranium is in one of them. And geranium has a little scent to it. Other than that, there are no other oils that are going to have strong scents. So if you're scent sensitive, this will not affect you at all because there's no fragrance in it whatsoever. Got time to move on to something else?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And so with addition to that, again, I started talking about soaps, right? So I like to have fun, artistic. I like, you know, making colors and different patterns. So I got into producing not just soaps, but a soap line. And so the soaps serve the same purpose as the glow bar did. I didn't want to just stop at the face. I wanted it to be, you know, the whole body as well. And so this is an example of one of the soaps. This is the Island Breeze. Let's see.
Pretty.
It's really kind of hard to see in here. There's like a tri-layer of color. Oh, you can see a little bit there.
There you go. Oh, that's
right. And then you can see the oatmeal. I usually like to have the oatmeal on the bottom because I get that the exfoliating is very favorable. You know, when you're washing and you have that oatmeal on the body to help you, on the bar to help you exfoliate. So I do use oatmeal a lot in my bars. And so with this, you would have the butter to go with it. And then this also comes in a cream scrub. Okay. And so for each of the bars, it's the bar, the butter, and the cream scrub. As with anything else, when you layer scent, it stays around, you know, it lasts longer, but I do have bars that are lower on the scent side. Some barely have a smell at all. And then I have those that are, you know, way louder. However, the way that I come up with the scent is by combining the different essential oils. Okay. So you might have, what I mean by that is you have sweet orange oil, right? It's an organic oil. I might combine that with frankincense. I'm just using this as an example, right? So these are essential oils. And then I also have sugar scrubs. This right here happens to be your peppermint sugar scrub. And peppermint is good if you have like inflammation and things like that. Sometimes the peppermint in itself is aromatherapy, but it really cools the skin. If you're sunburned or something like that, that peppermint will really, really help. In the scrub, it is packed with essential oils. So, and what I mean by essential oils are oils that are essential to your skin being healthy. Okay, so you have things like olive oil in here, and I'm trying to run through without going down the whole oil list, but it's good to know you've got aloe oil in this, some olive oil, avocado oil, things of that nature. And so, and then again, there's a few other, like the peppermint oil is an essential oil that'll help. And then I have the charcoal scrub. And so basically, these scrubs come in 3. So there is the peppermint, the charcoal, and then there's one that's honey. Okay. And so I also try to not just make scrubs and butters and soaps to appeal to just one. I have some that are for vegan. If you have an allergy and there's something that I have that you want, but it has a item in it that you're allergic to, I do not say I'm sorry, but that's what's in it. What I say is, give me a couple more days and I'll make it for you. It does nothing for my business to exclude someone. I'd rather make a new batch, you know, and add something that will not take away from the effectiveness so that everyone can still enjoy it, including yourself. So let's see. And so did you want me to show some other examples of, I'm just not sure how we are on time. I know we're like really talkative. You get me and Dee together, we will talk all night. So we'll be sitting here. It'll be like 2:00 in the morning. But I have different designs for the soap. This is another one.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah, I had a Facebook party on Friday. That is something that I do if you want to go live on Facebook, and I do like a whole Facebook party. There is a gift in there for the host, and I try to do little fun things for your guests as well, so that they can win the glow line, the whole complete set. So this was one of the party exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
And so what party exclusives mean is that you can only purchase this if you are on one of the Facebook parties. So you will not find this on an Etsy or any of those pages.
Nice.
And then I try to, yes, absolutely, Sharonda. Yep. And so I'm really colorful with things. This is a Blossom Cherry. I don't do this light thing well. I am so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I wish you could have seen me on Friday. I was like, I'm gonna get it down. But I do try to, there's different scents for different people. I do have unscented as well. You're gonna get the same benefits as, everything else. And yeah, you're gonna get the same benefits that you would, whether it's scented or not. They have an all healthy baseline. And again, I do custom orders as well. If you like a design, but you don't like the color, we can do that. There's just a minimum that you would have to purchase if we're doing like a whole design like this. For example, it takes what's called a loaf, a whole entire 3 pounds of soap to get this type of design. So if I'm doing this and it's a custom order and it's very like, a color that's kind of difficult to sell, then you would have to buy that whole entire loaf. And so, and what I mean by loaf is a loaf will produce about 10 to 12 bars. And each bar itself sells for $7. So if you add that in your head, you're like, okay, that could be, no. So the whole bar, if you buy a whole entire loaf, it is actually cheaper. It's $60 for a whole entire loaf if it's just for one of the soaps. The Glow and the any of the bars in the Glow line are also available in loaf. And the prices for those are $100 for the whole entire loaf. So it is a savings with that. And then you have the ability to, cut the bars. We try not to do that though, because it really does. We're kind of getting back to shelf life. The bars actually have a really good shelf life. Now on these bars, like here, you can keep these bars, the shelf life on this is about a good 2 to 3 years. But on the Glow line, the reason why I don't like the idea of selling the Glow line in a loaf is because although you would probably, the shelf life on those would be a good solid year, I don't like the idea of it. And it's I guess it's a mental thing for me. I feel fresh is better. So, what I usually do is I only produce for the Glow line. I'm only producing those bars as the orders are needed. So I don't have an inventory that's just, this high, you know what I mean? Just sitting in my closet waiting for someone to order. I like to make sure that all of my product is coming to you as fresh as possible. Can you keep it on the shelf long? Absolutely. Will they last longer? Absolutely. Will refrigerator help? Absolutely not. I would never recommend putting any of this product in the refrigerator. And there's a reason for that. You have, again, when you think about, I don't want to get to, should I give a little chemistry class or not? Because I don't know if I'm, I'll ramble and I'll get, a little too far. Was that?
I said, it's okay. You're good.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to the bars and the scrubs, what happens is when it's exposed to the cold for so long, the bar becomes brittle. And it loses its effectiveness because of it being brittle. Now, the serum, you would never have a reason to put that in a refrigerator. A lot of people put toner, their toners in the refrigerator. Well, the toner that I do have, it has, and I'll just tell you what it's on an ingredients bottle. It has alcohol-free witch hazel, rose water, and organic non-fragrant essential oils. Mm-hmm. So because it has essential oils in it, what do oils do when they get exposed to cold? Some of them harden, some of them don't. And so there is an oil in there that will harden when it's cold. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that, that even amount of oil in the bottle, that it's not collecting, and as things are cooled, sometimes it also loses its effectiveness as well. And so, of course, no extreme heat, no extreme cold. So the sooner that you can, the longer I wait to process that order, the better your product is going to get, because I want you to just use it right away. And it is the reason why I do not like the idea of selling the Glow Bar in a loaf, or the Midnight Glow. Some of the oils that I use, it'll take me a quick little second to just kind of give you an idea of what healthy oils I use. As I mentioned before, there's aloe oil. Aloe is an antioxidant. It has vitamin A, vitamin C. It's highly anti-inflammatory. It's used to treat burns, acne, dry skin. And there's avocado oil. Avocado oil contains a lot of vitamin E. It promotes the production of collagen. Grapeseed oil, again, evens out your skin tone, reduces the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. Olive oil hydrates the skin very well. There's rosehip oil. It fights free radical damage, reduces those wrinkles, has a lot of vitamins and antioxidants in it, and it really rejuvenates that skin. It gets us looking, younger again, and helps to correct those dark spots that we have. Pomegranate oil, rich in antioxidant, high in vitamin C. It has anti-inflammatory omega-5 fatty acids in it. It helps to heal from the sun. And then there's jojoba oil. You might have heard me mention geranium oil, almond oil, coconut oil, tea tree oil, frankincense, and dragon's blood. And so a lot of these oils, they have their individual fine qualities that you don't find with the other oils, right? And then you have some of their, even throughout. And so getting back to what I was talking about with having the understanding of what oil goes well with one, you don't want to put all, a whole bunch of the same oils that are just rich in fatty acids. That's not going to produce what you're looking for. However, I don't have a problem. I think it's really good that people are educated on what type, the benefits of the different types of oils that I use. But the combination of these, they're very different. They range from bar to bar, from scrub to scrub. However, if you were ever interested in a bar and you had a concern or, again, an allergy, I can most certainly change something out so that, you benefit from that. And that would just take a personal message to me and say, hey, I like this bar that I see on your website, or on your, by the way, my Etsy page is Mama Nyx Beauty Bar. And that is the same for my Facebook and my Instagram. I'm really trying to do better with boosting up my social media appearance. I've been really bad about that. So that I'm working on. A lot of my business actually comes from word of mouth. And I think that's like the best way to build your business, by word of mouth, because not only is somebody telling you that the product works well, but you actually see for yourself the benefits that they're getting from it. And so
you said now on Facebook, you said it's at Mama Nyx.
Mama Nyx Beauty Bar.
Okay, so I'm going to show this on the screen. You let me know if this is the right way. If this is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
And that is the same for Instagram and Etsy.
Okay. Put that up here too.
And I actually have a website as well. We are working on an issue that came up with the website, and it's a cart issue. So I had to bring it down because anyone that would order something would have an issue with their cart. So, but I do have www.mamanyxbeautybar.com. I just made it easy for everyone in every place. It's all Mama Nyx Beauty Bar. So those are the different type of oils that I use in my products. Occasionally, again, there might be a special case where another oil that is not commonly used with my my brand will be used. Or again, it's about me helping someone else feel good about their skin, because really it's outside, and some people might say, well, it's just skin, but this is what people see when they meet us first. And if we're not comfortable in our own skin, we feel better about ourselves when we are comfortable in our own skin. So And yeah, I just that's Mama Nick's Beauty Bar.
Absolutely. Well, we are definitely gonna go into a quick commercial break, and then you guys, if you have any questions that you want to ask Nick, in regards to the to her glow line, make sure you put your comments in the screen. Put your questions in the comments, and we'll be here to answer you. In our third segment, we'll be back after this.
Are you a woman in need of wisdom? Do you sometimes battle with separating who you are now versus who you feel like you ought to be? Do you question God's plan for your life? Is there a sense of uncertainty in the areas of choosing healthy relationships? Hi, I'm Nadira, CEO and founder of the Becoming a Woman of Proverbs Wisdom Academy. We offer classes and webinars in the area of life and business so that you can be equipped to succeed in the marketplace. For enrollment or for more information, please visit us at www.womenofproverbscoaching.com. And I'll see you on the inside. Business, product, or service that you want to share on the Sisterhood Check-in broadcast, make sure you send us a message at becomingawomanofproverbs@gmail.com, or you can reach out to us at 470-560-5949. We look forward to partnering with you here on the broadcast. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to join me and international holistic health and wellness coach Charmaine Harrison as we begin to discuss all things health every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. in the Wisdom Clinic. I'll see you on the inside. You sometimes get overwhelmed and discouraged. But let me read to you what Colossians chapter 1 says, verse 8. Who also declared unto us your love in the Spirit. For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of his will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that ye may walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God, strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power, unto all patience and long suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Father, which has made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints of light. I just want to take the time to tell you, be encouraged. Don't let anybody take your light, and just know that God is always in control.
And we are back here with Mama Nyika Smith, as she just shared with us in the last segment. It's funny because I'm like when I'm saying your name, I keep wanting to say keep saying your maiden name, and I keep remembering that you're married now, so I can't say your maiden name. I can't say Nyika Wilson, because every time it's funny because as I was doing, I kept saying Nyika. I kept scratching out Nyika Wilson. No, Nyika Smith, Nyika Wilson Smith. No, Nyika Smith. I have to remember you're a married woman now. You're a married woman. Talk to us about that beautiful husband of yours.
Oh, he's awesome. He is. He's been really, really supportive of what I'm doing. I asked him, I was like, because I think I come up with little ideas every now and then. And I think he kind of sits back and is like, okay, we'll just see how long it takes for this fire to burn. And I think when he saw that this fire wasn't burning, I ask him, I said, well, why are you like so supportive of, and it's not that he's not supportive, but it was very evident that he was supporting, this and encouraging me, and I was like, why are you so supportive of what I'm doing? He was like, because I believe in it. I see the results and I see that it's making you happy. And so he's really helped me through. Yeah, he's helped me through a lot of getting, the supplies that I needed, putting together.
Nice.
Like he has a whole, he's one of those, he's a Salesforce, those Microsoft type people. And he has like this whole backdoor, process that goes on that he knows about. And so, I rely on him to help me with that. But yeah, he's awesome. And so I knew that I would have a beautiful marriage with him when Izzy, my granddaughter, gave him his nickname.
Oh.
Because growing up, I had a Ben, right?
Oh.
Remember Ben, Nadira?
I remember
Ben was my heart. Oh, I love me some Ben. Oh, and I was a Ben's girl. And Ben, I'm trying to think. I think TJ. So it's been some years since Ben passed away. Yeah. But it's one of those things that every time I think about him, he tugs at my heart, and I'm like, okay, in just a little while longer. And so my husband's name is Ben. Oh. And so Izzy was not quite 2 yet. She was getting very close to 2, but she was speaking, holding full conversations before she was like 15 months. She was just straight having a conversation with you. And so when I introduced Ben to the kids, I said, this is Big Ben, because his son is Ben too. So I said, this is Big Ben. And this is Benny Boy, that was the nickname I gave him. And then, so Izzy, I noticed when I would hear her say it, she would say Ben. And she thought I was saying Ben, and I'm like, but she speaks very well. So I know this isn't one of those things where she's trying to say Big Ben, but Ben's just coming out. And I said, Izzy, his name is Big Ben. And she goes, no, Mimi, it's Ben. And ever since she said that, I was like, I called my mom. I was like, oh my goodness, they have a Ben now. He is just that. He's such an awesome grandfather. He really is. He's supportive with the older kids. He's a great dad. His 2 kids are I guess they're called Irish twins. They're born 11 months apart.
Wow.
And they're with us full time.
Yeah, like my cousins, Tony and Kevin, 11 months apart.
Yeah. And so they're with us full time. And I mean, he doesn't look for opportunities to change that, and in fact, this is what, he really wanted, was for the family to be together. So, and it also feels good to know that at the end of the day, I have a spiritual head who puts his service first, and then treats me the way that I should be treated. And then the family and the kids and the congregation, he serves in the congregation. So I'm really, I can get into talking about the whole thing. So, cause I've been through a lot, I've been through a lot, and I never thought that I was like the kind of person that would just, I mean, I had a mean streak in me when I needed to have it. When I needed to.
You ain't lying. She ain't lying. I second the motion.
What'd you say?
I second the motion.
Yeah, right.
I think all of us do. I think all of us, have moments. I think all of us have moments in our lives where sometimes situations and stuff just frustrate you. And it's a natural reaction to frustration. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I know I've had some mean streaks to me. I'm the first one to say it, because sometimes I just get irritated sometimes.
Yeah, we do. And I know that, like, when you go through so much, you carry that baggage with you. Even though you move on, and you do carry some baggage with you. And that's what I did. I carried some baggage from, pains of previous marriage. So I would say that I think that between my health and in trying to emotionally heal, Ben could have been like, deuces. He could have been like, bye, but because of the value and how he views marriage and how we view marriage and how we're supposed to view marriage. The commitment was there, the love was there, the patience was there, and getting me to my spiritual goals and supporting the family. Like that's what made him, that solid man for me. And so I'm very thankful to have him as my husband. I'm glad he's in my kids' life. I'm glad he's in my grandkids' life. In fact, those are his grandkids. Like they come over and somehow Mimi has faded to the background, and Avery comes over.
You started all over like me, but you started all over. You have grandkids.
Right. Avery, as soon as he hits the door, he's like, "Where's Ben? He's back in the office, Avery. Ben, I bought him this recliner for our anniversary. And he had wanted one. Like every time we went in a store or something, he was checking out recliners from the day we got married. So I bought him a recliner 2 years ago for our anniversary. And it's nice. It's got like the indigo lights and all these little fancy stuff. Nice. And nobody sits in that chair. And when I say that, it's like a serious nobody sits in that chair.
Huh?
Nobody. Even Jazz came over this morning when she brought the kids, and she was talking, and she sat down, and he opened the door, and she thought about it. She goes, "Oh, I'm in this chair." It's a solid, but Avery,
of course, no. The little ones, they
no, but not just any. It's only Avery, and they have a little cup holders. He could put his cup in there. One time, he put his cup in there, and Leilani looked at him like, "Get your cup out of there," and he put his cup in there like, "I can put my cup in here." That's my cup holder.
I'm watching Ben Ben's chair.
This is me and Ben Ben's chair, right? So no, but yeah, I'm so happy I have a husband like Ben. He puts up with me. He does. And, again, to be able to sit back and know at the end of the day, I have a spiritual husband who exercises his headship, in a way that he should. It leads to nothing but a happy family.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see, most importantly, I'm glad to see that you're happy. And
Thank you.
Smile, because I know I've been there for a lot of the things that you've gone through, and seen you go through things health-wise, and just the relationships as you did with me, and so it's amazing to see you at a place where now you're flourishing like never before. You're in good health. You look well.
Thank you.
Now you've got your own business. I mean, that's just amazing. That's what I call real restoration. When you just, when you can get up, and I watch you on Facebook, and I'm like, I'm so proud of her. Like, oh my God.
Oh, I was so nervous. Like, okay, so this is literally my third time live on anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, my nerves are just like, I guess y'all can tell me dropping stuff. And so this is definitely out of my comfort zone, but it's fun, and being in quarantine, I'm used to being out and talking to people, and, you lose that connection, and so this has just been another way for me to start engaging. And I actually find that it's not as bad as I thought it was. I mean,
absolutely.
I'm nervous.
It's just dialogue. It's dialogue because, nowadays it's hard to see, especially doing any type of live broadcast. It's just really difficult to see something that it's encouraging and uplifting, because, somebody else might be watching that might be on there that just might say, you know what, I may go ahead and start that business. I may have had health issues, and I may have got discouraged, or felt like I'm too old, or felt like, I don't have this, but it doesn't matter. You could start now. You don't have to wait. The one thing that, when I first started entrepreneurship, it was a survival thing for me. It was how, you know, I was, because I needed the liberty, I needed the flexibility to be able to raise my children and be able to still bring money in the household as a single parent. So when I started entrepreneurship was a way to survive. It was how I made my living. But then I realized that once I went from entrepreneurship to actually owning a business, then I started to realize, you know what, I have a nick for this. You know, this is, and you realize all the stuff that you do naturally anyway. You know, the stuff that you're doing, you're helping people with their skincare. You want to start a business, find a problem to solve. Find the problem. There's so many problems that need to be solved. And all you need to do is pick one and solve, and, you know, pick a problem and find a way through your product or service to solve that particular problem. And it's amazing because you'll make money to the degree of the people that you help. The more people you help, the more money you'll make. It's a given. So I'm just really just so excited and just happy, Nick, to see you happy. You know, most of all, to see you happy and doing well and starting your own business.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get mine in the mail. I'm like super, super anxious to.
Yeah, I can't wait either. And
I will show it. And you guys will get to see me use Mama Nick's Beauty Bar. Is it Mama Nick's Beauty Bar? Beauty Bar. So I can't wait for you to make sure you guys visit her on her Facebook, Etsy, and Instagram. Make sure you go to it's Mama Nick's Beauty Bar, and her website is mamanicksbeautybar.com. Is that it? mamanicksbeautybar.com. So make sure you guys support her. And Nick did say something about, I know you were saying something about your shipping. And then, it looks like somebody entered, they put in the Etsy link. So that link is gonna be kind of long
about shipping
to click on. If you're actually in the comment section, you should be able to click on the link in the comment section, and it should be able to take you straight to her Etsy page where you can order her product. So Nick, if somebody was to order a product from you today, what is the processing time that it takes to be able to, from processing to shipping, as far as your products are concerned?
Okay, so my goal is a 4 business day. So if in most cases, as I mentioned before, I try to have up at least, you know, 1 batch of everything. So in most cases, if you're ordering today, I will be, if it's before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I will be at the post office. All of my product is shipped through priority mail. If it's over $35, it's free. If it's under $35, it's $4. So everything is shipped priority. So I have literally had someone order from me today and then get their product tomorrow because it was already in stock, and it was early enough in the day that I can go out and you know, take the trip up to the post office. So, but again, the 4th business day, the only time it will take longer than that is if for some reason, because of my supplies, I have to order those. And for some reason, if there's an issue with my supplies coming in, and I've had, like I just did this past weekend, had a show where I sold a lot. And so if that supply couldn't be replenished as quick enough, that would cause a delay. That's unfortunately, you know, not something I can control, but, or if it's a custom order. And even with a custom order, I still try to get it done within a couple of days on the processing. So when I say couple of days, I mean 2 to 3 days additional processing time. And then the priority shipping. And it just depends on where you are. I shipped something out on Monday to California, and they got it on Wednesday. But then I shipped something to North Carolina, and they're not getting it until Monday. So it just depends on, like, I don't understand how that postal system works. Wow. But so again, $4 if it's under 35, $5, free if it's over 35, all priority shipping, and there is insurance on it as well. So I do make sure that if something happens, that you're getting your product and it's shipped right back out. And so you don't have to, like, you know, worry about that. I didn't know if you wanted me to go over the pricing of the Glow line at all. Okay. Definitely. All right. So, and again, although this is how we started, right? Mm-hmm. This is how I got to where I am today with the Glow line. And so the way the Glow line comes, it comes in a kit like this, and then you have the scrub, the scrub, the toner, the serum, the glow bar, and the body bar. And if you were to purchase these separately, you would be paying for the glow bar or the midnight glow bar, $10 for each, $15 on the scrub, $20 on the serum, and $10 on the toner. Okay. So when you added all that up, right, it sounds like a lot, right? But it lasts for a couple of months. But then I said it sounds like a lot, but really, it really isn't, because if you take some of these other brands off the shelf, right, and you're spending money on those, what you're going to pay for this entire kit is $60 if you're buying the whole kit. Okay. And, you're going to the stores and you're buying, commercial products, you will spend $60 for something that doesn't even come in a 4-ounce jar. Like it's so small. I had someone show me something they bought from a store and I could not believe it. Like it was so small and it was like $45. And I was like, wow, like it was just a fraction of what my scrub is. So this is the full glow line. Again, I included recommended use instructions in here. So when you get it, you're not looking at it trying to figure out like, how am I supposed to use this system? I recommend the best way to use the system and get the best results that you want. Completely organic. If there anything to be concerned about with allergies, that I would need to know. And that way I can produce a line for you that will be healthy for you and you not react to it. Now, speaking of that, because it is antioxidants in it, depending on the type of acne you have, it may pull out some things that need to, that detox will happen. And when you're detoxing in your skin, it's going to look worse before it looks better. Like you'll have that breakout, but then it quickly will start to heal and dry up, which is a little different than with some of the other things that that you do have products that will break you out a little bit and then you clear up. But because of, the other healthy organic things that are in it, it's going to quickly reduce that inflammation a whole lot quicker and your skin will start to heal. And so I include, all of those instructions with the box. I also do have a club where you can actually set this up on auto delivery and you can do that. That is on the website. I'm going to try to get with Ben and see if we can't get that running well again by the end of the weekend. But I do offer the club memberships. So if you wanted to have it auto ship once every 2 months, when you kind of get a feel of how often you use it, we definitely, it's even more cost effective to be able to do the auto ship as well. I also too like to, whenever you're ordering something, I'll send you a sample, and to try something. And so that's a little surprise that I like to send out every month is a free sample of maybe it's a new product that came out and just kind of get your feedback on it. So that is, again, that's the Glow line, $60 for the whole kit. And it lasts approximately 2 to 3 months, depending on the frequency. I just went up to the $60, and it was one of those things where I had to kind of like, I don't want to do it, but I did it because I've switched over my casings into amber glass. It definitely holds the product better. I don't have intentions of being that person though that's going to go out and now because it's selling really good, I throw the price, it's $120 now. Because I'm doing this because it's fun for me, but I also love when I hear other people are benefiting from it. And with that being said, that's kind of what I'm going to stand by is having a product that works, that's healthy, that heals, and that is affordable. Like I don't plan on this being something that, later down the line, you wish you could afford, but the prices are 3 times higher. So, that's pretty much how that Glow line works.
Awesome. You guys, again, if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. And if you are watching the replay, make sure that you put #replay, and Nick and I will read your comments if you do watch the replay and respond. If you would like to order Mama Nick's Beauty Bar, her kit, it's $60, and you can visit her at Mama Nick's Beauty Bar on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy. You guys make sure you support. I am huge about supporting each other, especially as African-American women. Support. Let's support one another in our business because you never know. You could be sitting here next with your vision in your business, and you're going to want the same type of support. So support, support, support. Did you have any last final words, Nick, that you wanted to say before we end the broadcast?
I just really appreciate you having me, come on. And, we were joking and stuff about kids. And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, like, when we were kids, we talked about stuff like this. And so kind of in hindsight, looking back and it's like, wow, so I appreciate you having me on the show. And, just being able to talk about my product, my health has improved since I started doing this because my anxiety is less. This has definitely been a way to an outlet, so healing on the inside too, as well as on the outside. So thank you for having me. And if you have any questions, thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can also reach out to me on, as she put the link in there. Okay. Thank you. Reach out to me on any one of those and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. I'm not far away. You can reach me. So thank you again. Thank you very much for having me.
You guys are in the Jacksonville, Florida area. Make sure you reach out to her. And if you live in different other states, she can ship to no matter where you are. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter what state you're in, she can ship to you. So thanks again, Nick, for so much for coming on my broadcast. I so appreciate it. This has been fun. This has been fun. So I'm really excited. And thank you guys for watching. I just want to also let you know, guys, if you also need one-on-one coaching, make sure you visit my website at www.womanofproverbscoaching.com. If you need one-on-one life and business coaching, I am more than happy to be able to help you to be able to get your product or service. You may have a business, a product or service that you may have wanted to start and just need help and direction on how to get it done. So make sure you visit my website at the bottom at www.womanofproverbscoaching.com. And make sure you join the Wisdom Clinic on Tuesdays where we talk all things health with international herbalist, holistic, and wellness coach Charmaine Harrison. Make sure you join us every Tuesday in the Wisdom Clinic. And I will see you next week. And just like I said, just like hurt people, transform people too. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
What's going on, guys? It's Daily Trades with Chris here. I'm hosting a 7-day webinar for you to understand how to trade the stock market, futures market, and the forex market. This one particular trading strategy has 3 steps, okay? Very, 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 very simple. All you have to do is look for a trade, place your trade, and watch your trade play out. In this 7-day webinar, I'm going to be going over exactly how to get into the market, where to get out of the market, where to set your stop loss, take profit, and you're going to have a risk management rule in place too as well. Now, this Z trade, in fact, just dropped 400 points on oil. If you do the math on that, that's about $4,000 just from one contract. If you want to learn how to make $4,000 in one single day with the Z trade, respond back to this email right here. Comment below in this video, and I'll get back to you with all the information that you're looking for.